This isn't a drill, we're talking about a potential $12.5 trillion wave heading straight into the crypto market. And the big question on everyone's mind, will BlackRock finally, and I mean finally, take the plunge and file for an XRP ETF now that the court battle is officially over? In case you missed last night's huge breaking news, the SEC and Ripple have jointly withdrawn their appeals. That means it's done, the XRP versus SEC case is completely wrapped up. Signed, sealed, delivered, and off our plates. Honestly, it feels like a weight just lifted. I might never have to say Ripple versus SEC again after today, and I'm not complaining. We'll touch on that one last time, go over XRP's latest price action, why it pumped and then stalled, and some very interesting signals I've noticed. So stick around, this one's packed. But first, here at Crypto Labs News, all I ask is that you flash that winning smile and send out those good vibes. And now that this legal shadow is gone, hitting the like button should be easier than ever. We should be pulling in at least 5,000 likes a video now, no excuses. Most of you watch on your phone, so a quick thumb tap should do it. Right now, XRP is sitting at $3.33, up about 0.5% since GMT. When the news hit, we saw a sharp rally, but it ran into resistance right at the descending trendline from previous highs. That rejection zone has been holding like a wall. The move seemed to be fueled by two factors, the breaking news and a batch of short liquidations. Over the past 24 hours, Ethereum actually saw more shorts wiped out than XRP, but XRP still came in third with about $22 million liquidated. XLM has been moving in a similar pattern, but it's actually pushed another 5% higher since GMT while XRP cooled off. Bitcoin has pulled back a touch, Ethereum's in the red, and overall Friday momentum seems to be slowing, partly because the hype from that recent executive order is fading a bit. Speaking of Fridays, you know why I call it Freaky Friday. The potential for market games is always high. And with the Bitcoin ETF options chain expanded to 250,000 contracts, manipulation risks are even bigger. Now, quick personal side note, it's Lover's Day here, a local summertime celebration, so I've got dinner plans with the wife. Flowers just arrived, so if you hear me pause mid-sentence, that's why. And no, for my US viewers, you didn't forget Valentine's Day, this is different. Back to business. No big economic reports are due today aside from a minor Fed speech. Next week we've got CPI data which could shake things up. Earnings season has been surprisingly strong, about 80% of companies are beating expectations despite tariffs and other headwinds. That's putting some confidence back into both the stock and crypto markets. Now, the news that kind of got overshadowed by the XRP case win. President Trump signed an executive order allowing 90 million American workers to access alternative assets, including crypto, through their retirement plans. This could unlock up to $12.5 trillion in potential capital over time. Here's the big deal. Roughly 100 million Americans have 401k accounts. These operate on autopilot, funneling parts of every paycheck into a preset mix of stocks and bonds. If even 1% of that allocation shifts to crypto, that's about $120 billion in steady inflows. At 5%, we're talking $600 billion, not one time but ongoing. This would dwarf the impact of any single ETF approval. And yes, that brings us to the ETF question. Nate Jarosai pointed out that it would make little sense for BlackRock to stick to only Bitcoin and Ethereum forever. It'd be basically declaring no other asset will ever hold value. Both BlackRock and Fidelity had reps at Ripple's recent conference, so I wouldn't be shocked to see movement here soon. BlackRock's CEO previously said they were only focused on BTC and ETH, but that was months ago under a very different market and regulatory climate. Things have changed a lot. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong also compared this moment to Blockbuster versus Netflix. The shift is happening and businesses are moving on-chain now because they want to. Soon, laggards will do it because they have to. Now, before the case news hit, there was some chatter from CryptoQuant analysts that Ripple whale flows had turned negative, hinting at distribution like we saw earlier this year. That sentiment did not age well. With legal clarity now here, we might see whales coming back in. Uncertainty keeps people on the sidelines, clarity brings confidence. So the big weekend questions: can XRP finally break that stubborn trendline, make a push back toward the $3.60 range and maybe set new highs? Or is this just a short-lived pop before the market cools again? We could see either. As always, have a plan for all scenarios. Remember, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. And as I've said countless times, I'll never message you on social media asking you to send me money or sign up for anything. Those are scammers. Drop X for infinity and beyond or XRP 123 in the comments if you believe in where this is heading. Let's smash that like button to hit our 5,000 target. And as always, here at Crypto Labs News, let's make a lot of money.